Hello, my name is Cassandra Paquin. So glad you're here. I just wanted to take a few minutes and introduce myself and share with you a little bit about who I am and what's been going on here and what we're planning on doing. We've got a lot coming up, a lot of good things, and I'm really excited to share them with you. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me first say that, as I said, my name is Cassandra Paquin. And I live here in the foothills of the Blue Ridge Mountains in North Carolina with my sweetheart, my husband John, and our two dogs, Emmett and Milo, and also our other furry little friend. Her name is Zeppy. She's a cat, and we adopted her when she showed up in our yard a few years ago. A little tiny thing, and now she's almost 20 pounds, if you can believe it. So that's the extent of our little family. And we live here in an adorable little farmhouse on a piece of property we have lovingly dubbed Peaceful Haven Homestead. And this is where everything is based, including my art business. Now, some of you may know me as an author. I wrote Hazel Marie stories. And I have another book coming out here shortly. Book 2 is coming out. And these adventures focus they're based on my memories growing up with my grandparents in the mountains of New Hampshire, the remote mountains of New Hampshire, in a little tiny log cabin that my father and grandfather built. And so, while not all the stories are 100% historical, the stories are based on a lot of wonderful memories and a lot of very special people that are very dear to my heart. And so if you've not seen those or heard of them, let me know. I'd love to share them with you. Now, as I was saying, one of the things that I enjoy doing besides my writing is my artwork, and I enjoy traveling all over the U.S. to take pictures of beautiful places and flowers, especially because that's what my textural artwork is primarily based on, is flowers, floral. And I love doing paint sculpting, I guess is a good way to put it. A lot of my work, my photos, are taken as inspiration for my artwork and also for my digital art. I enjoy using AI to create digital artwork that is in part based on my love of all things relating to the culture, the people, and the land of Japan. It is a very beautiful place. It's where my heart longs to visit one day, and someday I hope to get there and see the cherry blossom trees in full bloom. And so I will take you along with me if I get to do that, or maybe I should say when I get to do that. And so, as I mentioned, I do digital artwork as well, and I use AI to create a lot of beautiful pieces of artwork based on my love of Japan and floral inspirations, and especially the Sakura tree or cherry blossom tree. And AI isn't as easy as you would think to create artwork. It's actually rather challenging, but that's what I love about it. So, now, a little bit more about who your host is. That would be me. And so yeah, I'm also an Ehlers-Danlos zebra, and I live with AUDHD, and I love sharing and inspiring others on living with and not giving up, but thriving as an EDS zebra, be it with AUDHD or autism DHD like myself, ASD spectrum or ADHD or mast cell, which I also deal with, mastocytosis, and Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. So for me, it's all about learning how to live and not give up, not quit, not throw in the towel, and not let it get you down. It's about finding a way to keep going and sort of roll with the punches. Sort of like I always picture that I'm on a like a floaty, like a tube out on the ocean, and the waves. I just keep rolling with the waves, and so I want to inspire others to do that because even with the biggest challenges, health challenges that I face and I've lived with for most of my life, and finally got diagnosed over the past 10 years with everything, it's been a challenge and it's so easy to give up. But I want to encourage those who are giving up not to, because you can still have a rich, full life and travel and do fun things. You just have to adapt and find a creative way to do it. And that's what I've been working on. And I've got a lot to share, and I will be sharing once I establish my new channel, which will be coming up after I get these others up and running. And that is going to be called, the channel is going to be called The Painted Zebra. So that's one of the things that the sponsors on my Patreon will be helping with, is helping me to be able to reach out to young people and older folks too who are living with the challenges of Ehlers-Danlos syndrome and all of the rest. So I'll be bringing in specialists and people who take care of people with EDS and AUDHD and ADHD and mast cell, and sharing ideas and sharing information that's pertinent to specifics about life with all of these challenges. So I hope you'll join me in that, because I really think it's something that's desperately needed. So at any rate, continuing on, one of the things that I've found is the importance of health management in taking care of yourself as you're dealing with all of those wonderful challenges, and also the importance of quality rest and sleep. And I've had several friends who, and people that are especially close to me that I love dearly, who have had challenges sleeping at night, getting to sleep, staying asleep, and waking up and then going back to sleep. And so I came up with the idea of creating a channel here on YouTube, or over on YouTube, that is specific to helping people fall asleep and stay asleep through guided voice cues, and also just peaceful stories, and also the reading of scripture, just keeping it very light and in a very peaceful setting that will induce a calm, peaceful, secure, safe atmosphere to hopefully fall asleep and stay asleep. So that is going to be the new channel that is now alive, or live, I should say, and I'm going to be uploading the first audios to that here pretty soon. And they do have some really beautiful artwork. I did some of my digital artwork on each of them so that they can be enjoyed visually if that's what you prefer, but they're primarily meant for audio. So that's going to be the channel, the Peaceful Sakura Dreams. And so you'll be able to find that on the YouTube channel under Cassandra Paquin Fine Arts, Peaceful Haven Media. So I'm excited about that. And so now some of you may not know, but if you know me, you know I have a bit of a sarcastic wit and a little bit of a dry wit. And I enjoy laughing, and I love making other people laugh. And I've I enjoy doing that. I think laughter is so very important, and so you may know me for that. You may know me on Facebook and so forth. But another thing you may not know me, or you may know me from, is recognized as Granny C, How Granny Sees It. And my Granny C title came from my grandson when my daughter asked what we would like to be referred to: Nana, Papa, Granny, Grandma, and Nana. And I'm like, I remembered a character from my favorite author, Jan Karen, and she has a character named Cynthia who becomes very excitedly becomes a grandma, and for the first time, even though she personally has no children, she has married Father Tim, and Father Tim has adopted Dooley since he was 13 years old. And when Dooley finally grows up and gets married, he marries another character in the books who was also adopted by the town doctor, and her name is Lace. And they grow up and get married, and they adopt a little one, and and his nickname or his name for Father Tim and Cynthia, he calls him Grandpa Tim, and he calls her Granny C, because the other Granny is Granny O for Olivia. And I was like, oh my goodness, I can be Granny C. How cool is that? And so I didn't want to just be another grandma or another Nana or another Lolly or Pop, or my husband be Pop. I wanted to be different. I wanted to be something that reflects my unique character, because I think that's something we all can agree on. I'm a unique character. So I went with Granny C. And when I started covering current events, because I have friends who ask me my perspective on current events and politics and so forth, and what's going on in the world, and they ask me to keep them updated because the availability of accurate, unbiased news and current events overview without cussing and hyperbole and fear inducing craziness is really hard to find. And so I started doing something called Just the Facts from How Granny Sees It. And the Granny Sees It is kind of a play on words. So I decided to do that, and that's a channel that's actually going to be coming up here over the next 6 to 8 months, I'm hoping. And that's going to be How Granny Sees It. And that's exactly what it's going to be, is just a little bit of current events and 5 key takeaways to the daily news or what's been going on in the world, so that you can be at peace. And it's all going to be from a perspective of a Christian perspective, just looking at it from the way God sees it. I don't want to say eschatology, because even though I enjoy reading about eschatology and learning about it, I'm not as well versed as Jimmy DeYoung. That's just a fact. I'm not capable of doing that. Um, so yeah, that's going to be something that's going to be coming up. And then I am going to mention that you probably have been following me on Facebook, or you may have. And I have always, for years, I have enjoyed culinary. I've enjoyed sharing my culinary adventures with people on Facebook and somewhat on Instagram, but mostly Facebook, and inspiring young people and others to cook from scratch without all the highly prepared poisonous garbage that's out there. You don't need a box, just cook it from scratch. So I put my culinary background and education to good use, and my experience of running our family bakery for 20 plus years to good use, to inspire young people, young couples, and older folks too, to not rely on the boxed garbage, and to get in the kitchen and create something delicious and something fun, and see what you've got to work with in your own kitchen, and make something tasty for dinner or for lunch or whatever. And so that's going to be coming in a channel that is already up, and I will be going forward here shortly. I will be uploading videos to that, and that is the Hearth at Peaceful Haven. And so I'm hoping you're going to enjoy this. I'm enjoying preparing. I've been enjoying preparing and creating recipes. I will be making it so that you can download the recipe cards right by requesting them or going to the website or to the Patreon and downloading them. If you are a Patreon member and sponsor, you will get those recipe cards for free. And so I'm really excited about that. And otherwise it's just going to be $1 or $2 each, because let's face it, food is not cheap and the ingredients cost money to make these things. And so having Patreon sponsors helps me to be able to afford to create more content for you. And selling the downloadable recipe cards, it's for the same reason. It's not a money grab. It's purely because food costs money, and in this day and age, I've got to be able to cover the expenses. And so I'm excited to be able to do this for you, and I hope you'll enjoy it. I think you will. And I want to be able to thank those who are willing to come alongside and sponsor me and work with me through my Patreon. And so you'll get the recipe cards for free, and you'll also get any special upcoming events that, like what do you call it? Booklet releases, recipe booklet releases. You'll get a free copy of that to download. And then once or twice a year, I will be sending out a physical box of all sorts of special goodies for my highest level Patreon members. And so I'm excited about that, and I'm sure you will be too. So keep an eye on the Patreon page, because more things will be coming on there, and I think you're going to enjoy it. So that's what I've got for you. I'm excited about this. I'm excited about the upcoming videos that will be posted to the Hearth at Peaceful Haven, and the nightly psalms and readings and music, peaceful music, that will be posted up to Peaceful Sakura Dreams on YouTube. I think they're going to be very refreshing, much like this delightful drink in front of us. So be sure to pop over and follow Cassandra Paquin Fine Arts. Peaceful Sakura Dreams is one channel, and the other channel is the Hearth at Peaceful Haven. And of course, they all come under the tag, the because it is part of my studio, all come under Cassandra Paquin Fine Arts. But the company is Peaceful Haven Media, and that all is under Cassandra Paquin Fine Arts. That's what I have for you. I have really enjoyed our visit today. I'm sorry it was a little long-winded, but that's just me. So thank you for stopping by. Thank you for listening in. I've really enjoyed our time together. I hope you have a blessed and wonderful evening, and thanks for being here. Take care now. Bye-bye.